I wanted to share with you some more points of interest that have come up in my healing journey and kind of acclimating myself to having a more pure heart-based life. And so this is kind of like a follow-up to the video on how to fix your broken heart. So the first thing I want to talk about is it really is our responsibility to dive deep into those wounds and find some sort of healing balm to put on them so that we can truly heal and be our true selves, you know? So it's interesting, I was watching this documentary because, you know, your girl loves documentaries, and it was on Greenland, and I don't know anything about Greenland, and I was so surprised to find that underneath that massive ice sheet, that glacial ice sheet, is a huge canyon. Hold on one sec, I gotta make sure T-Rex is in line here. I'm basically training a chicken. She's doing well, but I gotta keep an eye on her, you know? Yes, I know. Good girl. Okay. What I was saying is we really have to find out what is going to fill that void, what is going to truly heal us. So I've noticed a lot of people, I myself in the past, let's be real, Danielle, have wanted to kind of go into relationships. But I found that when I'm really searching within my truest self for contentment, that's when I actually feel better. My life situation, the circumstances of my life seem to go together more cohesively. I seem to be in a better space when I'm really kind of focusing on what my inner child wants from me. So yeah, that's probably why I have blue hair right now. It's temporary, but something in me was like, you know, you've never been allowed to have color in your hair. I went to a very strict private high school, and yeah, I've never had that experience, and here I am now just being real with myself and wanting to have a moment where my inner child just sort of leads my heart. So that's kind of going into my second point here, is that we really have to follow and trust our hearts. This is an important one, because what happens when you don't follow and trust your heart? It's not good. I myself have found out many times that it's for my highest good to continue to trust my heart. Even though people around me, or, you know, the matrix, it's not going to validate me. A lot of times it's probably going to do the opposite, but it's up to me to continue to follow the path of the heart. That's how we keep an open heart space, is when we're being real with ourselves. You know, I think it's interesting. I didn't know much about the royal family before Henry and Meghan. I remember my mom being sad about Diana, but it wasn't until their wedding people were saying, you know, oh, she looks similar to you, blah blah blah. So I kind of got more interested in some of their history, and I'm like, whoa. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that there was a Prince William before Prince William, and he had a very tragic end. And I feel that it's very aligned with this one specific point that I'm trying to make, was that he had fallen in love with a very beautiful woman, and unfortunately she was not in like royal protocol, similar to kind of what Meghan went through. This particular prince decided not to go with his heart. He was a pilot and he was flying his craft, and he diverted off the runway. He veered off to the left, and that was his end. That kind of stuck with me for some reason when I heard that, because my spirit was kind of giving me a hint, like, see, that's what happens when you decide to go against your truth. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, he was trying to appease his family and trying to go with his royal duty. And hey, you got to do what you got to do. But there's also a whole nother side to life where when we surrender, when we become, like I said, very honest with ourselves, we get transparent with our own hearts, that's when we find ourselves in different situations. We can also find ourselves to be tested a lot. I'm not saying you're completely safe, but you will be more aligned with a higher timeline when you trust and follow your own heart. So another thing that I've realized about having a pure heart is that we have to really protect ourselves and our souls, what we watch, what we consume. You know, a lot of times it's very natural for humans to kind of take in sort of impure types of media and entertainment, and I think it's really important to really focus on what you're allowing yourselves to connect with. You don't ever want to consume rotten food in the same way we never want to consume rotten media. It's really important to continue to open this space, this heart space. It's like a volcano, you know, our hearts are alchemical fires. I'm almost like learning to use the heart space to throw in all of the energy. It's like we do in the violet flame prayer. We use that transmutation to kind of burn off the pain, I shall say. So I use that alchemical fire within my heart to kind of throw in the pain, the betrayals, the disappointments, the misunderstandings. Use your heart to burn it up. It's an alchemical fire that will burn that pain and transmute it into something lighter, something that you can then somewhat, you know, integrate into your life in a more healthy way. And that's just my last point, is that to continue to keep an open heart space, use your heart as that fire to burn off all the impurities so that we can then attain that pure heart space that we're all searching for within ourselves. So before I end this video, I do have like a quick exercise that I wanted to share with you. This is like homework for anybody who's here and open and ready and willing to do this work. T-Rex is here. And yeah, I'm just so thankful that you are doing this. So one thing that I share this with my clients as well, is to go into a place that you are excited about, or you learn something. It's something that brings you joy. For me, let's say, for an example, it's like a rock climbing gym. So find a place that you're already cool with, you already like. That's gonna be your container of safety. So you know you're safe, you're in a place that you want to be. But the homework, or the challenge, the exercise, is to continue to have a full open heart space throughout that entire time. So if you're going, let's say if you're going to go get coffee at your favorite coffee shop, go sit down, you know, sit there in an open heart space and see how long it takes for you to really tune in to that frequency, and see what happens around you. See how the people around you shift, how they interact with you, and see what happens when you're challenged, when you want to shut down your heart space. Say there's a barista that's like really rude or whatever, and you're gonna have that little blip on the radar there where you want to shut down and tell yourself, nope, I'm in my place that I love. I'm going to continue to be in my presence and be in the presence of love, unconditional love for myself and acceptance for that other person, sitting there with that open heart space. So challenge yourself, go into all different areas. I've been doing it so much recently, and I've just been meeting so many cool people. I actually am connecting and learning to deal with humans in a healthy way and making friends. And that's what we get as a gift, a blessing for having an open heart space. So I'm so excited to share this with you so you can, do this on your own. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you. We're connected on a soul level. This is a heart space community. Just know that you're safe. You can do this work. You're worthy. And you take care until my next video. Peace.